So it's critically important that people realize, in order to successfully change what's going on in your life, of course, changing your diet is extremely important. And the reason why it's so important is because you're leaving out the offending factors. You're leaving out where people should, in my opinion, should commence in changing their diet, is to try to leave out all the processed food. If you're eating a diet that's 80% raw and the other 20% is processed food, if you're eating some animal protein that's got all the hormones, the chemicals, the pesticides in it, you're eating plant foods that are loaded with the pesticides, and it's not organic, and you're utilizing some of these stimulated acid-forming foods, or even some of the raw fooders are being encouraged to use, which I believe is absolutely nonsense. You're not going to get the benefits that 80% raw that you're eating, because it's like, it's telling somebody you're eating a diet that's 90% raw, and I'm smoking crack twice a week. Well, there goes your diet. You're not doing what you think you're doing. The 80% raw is not negating you smoking crack twice a week. So the common denominator in most of these, in almost all these diets, that different lifestyles that work, is really based on what you leave out. So that's what I go by, because I have seen plenty of people, get dramatic results by changing their dietary lifestyle, get grounded spiritually, try to get their life in order and how they're living their life beside their diet. The diet is very, very important. Then to leave out all the processed food and to get into the amount of foods that you're eating, and don't eat late at night. Try not to snack in between meals. Don't fall for that hype about eating 5 or 6 meals a day, because it stabilizes you. What you're doing is you're really overeating there, and you don't realize till you run into a problem. I mean, it does help to a degree, but it's not the ultimate way to go. Nobody needs the amount of food that people are eating when they're eating 5 meals a day and animal protein 3 times a day. That's just another form of self-deception that we have to pay for later on down the road. And of course, there's a lot of people on television, on the internet, that recommend this. And because the only reason they're recommending it, because for anecdotal information, and there's a lot of information out there that will support this, because there are many different forms of abstract science that show benefits from just about eating anything. Just like the Atkins diets had a lot of scientific information supported. The only thing wrong with that, it really didn't work in the long run, and it still don't work, even though there's plenty of people still advocating it. So what I'm advocating for people, based on my experience and the amount of years I've been doing this, and my personal journey, the research I've done, and my knowledge in, as far as science is concerned, and the result of observing thousands of people that I've worked with, could be any place from 20,000 to 30,000, I don't know, and plus the exposure I had on the television show I had, Eat Your Way to Health, which we won the Best Nova Award for, having a lot of guests come on, and with different opinions, and we had some very healthy, controversial decisions that I think we all learned from. So what I'm trying to get across here is to don't assume anything that you're going through that's being manifested when you're 40 or 45 or 50, because you've seen it in your family before, that it's part of your genetics and that it was inevitable. It was just a ticking time bomb that was going to take place, happen someplace in your life as we go on. Because it really, in most cases, it really isn't true.